Not only something is going to make you feel so emotional this month, my gorgeous Sagittarini. And when I say that something is going to make you feel so emotional, trust me, this is going to be so different because, something is really kind of going to throw you out of balance just a little bit through your own emotions, through your own feelings, and that in itself means that it's not only about you feeling so emotional about something, but it's about feelings and other things that are actually going to be triggered within you along the way. Because as soon as that happened, as soon as you have this moment when you come across this, you're gonna come across something, it's to do with this experience, which is gonna, oh my god, gonna make you emotional like never before. But at the same time, it's rather important to mention that your eyes are going to be open. Your eyes are going to be open because this is not only about you feeling emotional, super emotional about something, but it's also about a huge amount of clarity that you're going to have at that moment in time when it comes to you knowing exactly what do you need to do and what do you want to do, what do you have to do in order to make your life so much more better, so much better and so much more meaningful. So therefore, it's not only about you having this experience which is going to make you ridiculously emotional in June, but it's at the same time, more what is actually going to come out of it, because then and there you're actually going to make a really, really important decision. You're going to become so adamant about something, and that's absolutely the way to go. You're going to use this rather unique vibration, rather unique energy into your advantage, my gorgeous Sagittarini. That's exactly what you need to do. So all these emotions that you will be going through when you come across something, you are going to be able to use this energy to your advantage, which is absolutely brilliant. But you are going to do this without even being aware of it whatsoever, because your number is number 16, and that when it comes to numerology, and that means that you are going to be more daring. You're going to be more daring, throughout the month of June to do whatever you want to do. And this is why you kind of gonna make a step maybe that you wouldn't normally make, because you would lack this type of bravery I'm actually talking about. So it's a lot about courage and confidence, but sometimes if you are worrying about certain aspects that you want to do in the future, this does kind of slow you down subconsciously without you even realizing. So it's really important to come on top of it whatsoever. So the bottom line is, my gorgeous Sagittarini, that not only something is going to make you so emotional, but then and there you are going to make this really important decision. Like really, that is like what you're going to see and what you're going to come across. It's really going to be the moment of your personal breakthrough. On one hand, the moment of your comeback, but at the same time, it's more about your personal breakthrough, because you will know that now you're really kind of going to make this decision to do something, because this is really going to have such an important impact and influence on you and your life as well, and and this is also going to have an amazing impact on the life of those who are in your life as well. So what is this going to happen? Basically, you are going to make an important decision, and that decision that you're going to make, is that you are going to really feel so adamant to do, so passionate to do, so optimistic. You're going to feel very strong, and that in itself, it's also like kind of what is going to be on your mind. Oh, something is going to be putting you off. Something is still going to be just a little bit putting you off. But this is where the number 16 comes in like a big mama. And this is where the number 16 comes in and really has such a beautiful impact in this type of situation. Because something is going to be putting you off. Almost as if you're going to be like, oh no, I'm going to be part of some kind of competition or something like that. And this is going to be keep on putting you off. But you need to understand that this is not that this is going to put you off, but it's more like it's going to cross your mind, and you're going to see this in a slightly negative way. Before, this would completely stop you and put you off, but now you're just going to be reminded of that in a slightly different light. So I just want to remind you that there is going to be a negative element that is going to be keep on putting you off, because you're not going to like the fact that maybe you are going to need to be part of some kind of competition. But then again, if you don't do this, you're just gonna kind of you're not gonna move on from a square number 1 to square number 2, which you're going to do. What is going to happen after this moment in time, you really are that decision that you're going to make, it's more about you kind of speeding things up in your life. An important decision, how you're going to speed things up in your life. It's all about speeding things up now, because that emotional experience is really going to trigger so much within you, so much. So that important decision that you're going to be making, it's really how to speed things up that are so important to you. So it's all going to be about this. It's rather important indeed. And at the same time, you are going to be kind of like at the same time, what else is going to happen, my gorgeous Sagittarini? It's basically like, you're going to be thinking about something really negative, like about a really negative aspect that you've been through within the last 10 months in particular. Very, very negative aspect. You're going to be thinking at the same time that you've been through. And that negative aspect that you're going to be thinking that you've been through within the last 10 months, it's also, there is something that you've learned. There is something that you're going to be able to use here. There is something that you are really gonna be able to use in terms of the actual experience, but this is going to happen in such a way where you're suddenly going to be reminded of something negative that you've been through within the last 10 months, and that where you're going to remind yourself, it's more about what you've learned out of it, what to do and what to not do, because there is something that on one hand you're going to be able to apply to the situation right now that you've learned, but then on another hand you're also going to be able to see the things that were putting you off, like from a different angle, from a different perspective. And that in itself is ever so important when it comes to you understanding, absolutely fully understanding that this is going to be probably one of the wisest things that you have ever done, because this in itself is going to be followed by like a little hermit mode. You are going to have a little bit of a hermit mode a couple of days after that moment in time, and that hermit mode, this is going to be such a powerful moment of of you kind of diving really deep within yourself and highlighting so much. There is such an important moment of the actual shadow work that you are going to have. And about shadow work, it's like diving really deep and shedding the light on those parts of our lives and our spiritual journey that we don't even like to think about, but then sometimes we just need to let the sun in and see what's going on within, in order to see what would be the most appropriate thing for us to do at this stage of our lives. So this is why this is so important, because it is ever so connected. So this is all like this hermit mode that you're going to have. The bottom line is, you're going to realize that, this is pretty much so the part of, like the part of the very important direction in life, and you're gonna realize that this means to you so much more. You speeding this up, it's not about you speeding up something really important in your life, but at the same time it's about the clear direction which is going to be coming out of it, which is going to be provided to you for you by the end of this month. And this is all going to come to you like when you are having this hermit mode. There is so much that it's going to become clear. So first of all, it's going to start like an emotional experience, and then it's going to turn into you needing to make an important decision to speed something up, and then by the end of the month you will see where this is going to take you. If the clear direction is going to be provided, because this is a lot to do with you reconnecting with yourself and realizing something so big, so huge, so enormous, and it can only be your life purpose. Okay, so within the last 7 days of June, the clear direction is going to be provided to you, that you're going to feel very strongly about. You're going to feel very strongly about this, but it's a lot to do. Clear direction, which is going to be leading towards your life purpose indeed. You may know what your life purpose is. That's absolutely fine, but there is another direction that you need to take, which is connected to this life purpose. It's evolving, it's growing, and if you don't know your life life purpose, then you are going to find out what your life purpose is going to be within the last 7 days of June. And if you didn't kind of decide to speed things up, what your own soul and spirit is going to be guiding you, if you didn't do this, you would never reach such a powerful, amazing, sacred stage of your spiritual journey. Absolutely mind-blowing, my gorgeous Sagittarini, indeed. When it comes to the actual nutrition and when it comes to health, I highly recommend you to take natural vitamin D3, which I always recommend because it's going to boost your immune system and it's going to be superb for your sensitive bones, alongside zinc picolinate. Zinc picolinate is also really important to boost your immune system alongside vitamin D3, but it's also going to be beneficial for your skin, hair and nails. And the third supplement that I highly recommend you is going to be organic chlorella, which is superb, a very powerful supplement, rich in protein, omega-3 essential fatty acids, which our body cannot produce by itself, but it's essential for our mind, for our brain, for our memory, for focus, for our mood and things like that. And also organic chlorella has got the ability to remove toxins from our body as well, like dangerous metals and things like that. Of course, these vitamins and these supplements that I have created myself, they are made with superb quality ingredients. They are absolutely brilliant, suitable for vegetarians and vegans, without any rubbish, without any chemicals, without any unnecessary ingredients whatsoever. And on top of that, they are at the moment on half price sale. They're ridiculously cheap. You're not going to get these vitamins, these quality vitamins, like for such a cheap price anywhere else, trust me. Okay, so they are on a half price sale now indeed. In order to buy these vitamins, which I strongly suggest you, just check the link, the description below. Just scroll down, see click on the name of this video, and then it's going to expand the description, and you will see towards the bottom, you will see vitamins and what I sell. Or you can just go on Google and just type in Sasha Bonasin vitamins, and my page is going to come up that way as well. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor. You just need to check with your GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications, my gorgeous Sagittarini, or not. So now, going on the very first date that I would like you that I would like to talk about. The very first date that I would like to talk to you about is going to be the very 1st of June. On the very 1st of June, you're gonna wake up and you're gonna be able to understand and realize and feel how energy is completely different. You will not be able to explain what it is. You will not be able to explain what is going on, but you will like it, and that's the bottom line. And this is because you are entering a very specific part of your spiritual journey. And this also in itself means that the energy for you especially is going to be quite different, because you are going to find out something very specific about yourself this month, especially when it comes to you also feeling daring and you feeling ready for adventure. So it's like on one hand you're going to feel ready for adventure, and then on another hand you're going to feel so daring, like there is no tomorrow. And this is going to be pretty much so going on in like kind of in combination with your spirit, with your soul. So it's very important to pay attention to what are you actually feeling very strong connection to, because on the very 1st and the 2nd of June there is something that you're going to feel very strong connection to. There is something that you feel like you want to try. There is something that you will feel like you want to explore. There is something that you will feel like you want to do, and I strongly suggest you to do it, because this in itself is screaming for you to discover it. It's about you kind of really discovering something about yourself, something that you know how to do, and something that you really should be kind of like bringing into your life, but you don't even know what this is yet. You see, it's just going to be one thing after it's going to leading into another. You know, after this moment in time, things are going to become very interesting for you, my gorgeous Sagittarini, in so many different ways indeed. So on the very 1st of June, you can also expect, I will say this to you, my gorgeous Sagittarini, on the very 1st of June, you are going to be having a bit of a challenge. You are going to have, not related to what I said so far, but it's just on the 1st of June, this is a different thing, you know. On the 1st of June, you are going to be facing a challenge. And the challenge that you are going to have, it's more about, you're going to feel so indecisive. You're going to feel so indecisive. You're going to feel so indecisive. And then at the same time, because you are, this is the challenge, because something is going to be on your mind. You will want to do something, but you are going to feel so indecisive. And you just need to understand that, you know, it is important for you when you find yourself feeling really indecisive. Just basically, you need to focus on your future. You need to focus on your life, and you need to really kind of put your foot down. You need to become a leader of your life. You need to take over completely. So that means that you do not go around and ask for an advice. This needs to come from you. When you find yourself being and feeling indecisive on the 1st of June, what you need to do is, like, you need to kind of slow down a little bit, pause a little bit, reflect, and see what's making you really happy, what's making you really unhappy, but most importantly, what is missing in your life, and most importantly is how you want your future to be. And just by being really open-minded, you will see that, you know, you don't need to rush with that decision what is going to be on your mind on the 1st of June, because already by the 4th of June, on the 4th of June, you are going to know the answer. But before, it's just going to come to you literally on the 4th of June. You're going to have a couple of signs, you're going to have a couple of synchronicities, and you are going to know the answer on the 4th of June. So this is why it's ever so important to not to rush with anything on the very 1st of June. First of all, you just need to put your mind in a certain mode, you know, and then you just kind of let it go, you know, let it kind of like go like this, you know, because what you do is you send a signal to the subconscious mind, and then you are kind of working on it for the next few days without even realizing. So this is why there is going to be a very interesting outcome that you are going to have on the 4th of June. So don't rush with this whatsoever. The second important date, my gorgeous Sagittarini, it's going to be on the 7th of June. Now on the 7th of June, my goodness, you know, you are going to feel so passionate about something. It's like, oh my God, you are gonna feel absolutely passionate about something here on the 7th of June. You're really gonna feel like, oh my God, like what are you gonna be thinking about? It's like you're gonna feel so kind of keen and eager to do. It's about making a certain move. It's about making a certain step. It's about making an important move on the 7th of June that you're gonna feel so passionate about. And this is all going to happen only because, you know, on the 7th of June there is going to be the news and information which you are going to have, and this news and information, it's really going to surprise you, but it's going to point out like that there is something that you can actually do. There is some kind of option and opportunity that you didn't have before, and this is really going to first of all surprise you, but then again you're going to feel so excited. It's something that you expected, but you didn't expect to happen so soon. You didn't expect to happen so early. So this is going to throw you out of balance to start with your own excitedness, really. But then again, you're going to become so passionate about the option that you're going to have, and you're going to feel so excited, like you will not kind of be able to wait for this moment in time when you can actually do this. Because the bottom line is, what you're going to find out is going to require from you to kind of step into it. It's going to require from you to take this on to the next level. But that is going to become absolutely obvious. You know, you will want to do that immediately. Like you're going to feel like, oh my God, I want to do this immediately. I want to do this immediately, but you can't, because the bottom line is that this is something that you're not going to be able to do unless you actually accept that you cannot, that you can't do this until you fully change and fully transform your life. And this is going to be probably one of the biggest changes you've ever been. This is going to lead towards one of the biggest transformations of your life you've ever been, my gorgeous Sagittarini. So this is important for you to understand how much this is going to affect you in a good way, but how much this is actually going to take from you as well, in terms of your time and energy. But don't be put off by this, because this is going to be so important. Don't be put off by this whatsoever. whatsoever. It's just that it's going to be caused by the energy of like a surprise, which does put you in a certain place, which does put your mind, you know, to kind of think and reflect in a specific way, because you haven't been prepared to this for this so soon, so early. So you must not allow this to put you off whatsoever. So you're gonna realize, if you want to make this step, this move that you feel so passionate about on the 7th of June, that's absolutely brilliant. My advice is, it's exactly what you should do. It's exactly what you should do. But you're not going to be able to do this until you accept, like, you know, the full responsibilities of how much things are actually going to change in a good way. But this is going to require from you to be more active, and this is going to require from you to kind of like use your energy more and things like that. But you're going to love this, because it's to do with things that you feel so passionate about anyway. So you must not allow this element to scare you when you realize the extent of like a changes and transformation this is actually going to bring into your life. But first of all, you have to be open-minded in order to kind of accept that this is going to be probably absolutely, you know, probably one of the biggest changes, you know, of your life. And it is kind of going to make you feel like, oh my God, there is going to be so much on your mind, and you are going to find yourself feeling a little bit indecisive. But the bottom line is that, you know, there is so much when you find yourself indecisive. Just think about finances, think about money, think about security, because this is in itself going to be superb and very positive when it comes to your finances and when it comes to your financial security. And at the same time, you're going to be able to protect what's yours. So it is a lot to do with the finances and financial situation, and you laying down very kind of powerful foundations at the same time. Okay, so now my gorgeous Sagittarini, I'm just going to show you. Look at this absolutely gorgeous purple Suji stone. Absolutely stunning. One of the most beautiful pendants. Look, this was out of stock for a while, and now it's finally back. These are very kind of rare to actually get. Purple Suji stone, I really highly suggest you to wear, my gorgeous Sagittarini, especially when it comes to like you know, you being able to express yourself in a very powerful way. You express yourself in such a way where you surprise yourself with things that you say. You kind of find out certain things about yourself purely because it does have a very powerful connection to your subconscious mind. So when you're talking, when you're relaxed especially, you know, it's a very unique energy and vibration that reconnect you with your subconscious mind, and there is so much that comes out that you surprise yourself with. So it's absolutely, again, very powerful when it comes to communication, but it's also very powerful when it comes to talking and expressing ourselves. It purifies and burns away any negative attachments, trauma from past lives even. And it also, it's fantastic when it comes to bad karma spots as well. It's to channel your love, and it's to channel your power. Whatever you want to kind of do, like if it's to do with the people in your life, if it's to do with friends, if it's to do with a romance, if you want to attract the right people in your life, into your life, you know, you wear this and things can happen so beautifully and so spontaneously because you're channeling this energy towards what you want. And also when it comes to the actual channeling energy towards, like, you know, your power. For example, if you're working on something and if you want something to be so successful and things like that, you know, you wear this and you're able to channel a huge amount of energy, extra energy, that normally it would be kind of affected by you maybe worrying about certain things subconsciously, and then you don't give a full attention to what you are doing. This is helping you to give a full attention to what you are doing. So that's why whatever you do, it's just so much more successful. This gorgeous purple Suji stone, my gorgeous Sagittarini, comes with sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well, so thank you very much for that. Sorry, the next important date, my gorgeous Sagittarini, pa-pa-ra-pam, pa-ra-pam, pa-pa-pa-pa-pa-ra-ram, pam 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 param pam 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 para pam para pam pa 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 pararam tum 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 Sagittarini, Sagittarini, Sagittari, Sagittari, Sagitterini. The next thing, raise your vibration, baby. The next important date is going to be on the 11th of June, my gorgeous Sagitterini. On the 11th of June, this wonderful man, this beautiful man, this unusual man, this strange man, this like a very much so emotional person, creative person, an unusual person, rather spiritual person, but also business orientated person. This person is like a Marmite again. You either love this person or you either hate this person type of thing, but the essence of this person is beautiful. The reason why you either love or either hate this person is purely because lots of people cannot understand this person. They haven't got a mental capacity in order to understand this person, because we are talking about someone really, really complex. So this particular person, my gorgeous Sagittarini, it's really going to inspire you on the 11th of June. You're going to be thinking about that person, or you're going to see that person, or you're going to be looking at that person, or you're going to be watching that person. But sometimes through that person, you will understand how to deal with one of the biggest burdens of your life, okay? And this is something that you were like kind of trying, and maybe you were trying to do it before, or maybe you had so many attempts, and every single time when you would try to do something, it would put you off. You know, it's to do with a big problem, burden, negativity, something that caused so much of sadness, stress, and darkness into your life, okay? So of course that this is going to take a big chunk of sadness and darkness away from you, and after that moment you're going to be able to fly, baby. You're going to be able to float, my little floating Sagittarini. You know, so it's important through that man, that powerful man on the 11th of June, you know, you will know how to deal with this burden. Not necessarily how to deal with this burden, but that person is going to motivate you to actually do something about it. And this is so this person is going to really have a wonderful impact and influence on you when it comes to dealing with that burden. And at the same time, it's all about you kind of understanding that you need to try something one more time. You need to try something one more time, and this time, baby, it will be different. And this time it will be different. Just remember, you need to try something one more time. This is very, very important indeed. And once you try it, it's going to be different. It's going to be different because there is some kind of potential that you are suddenly going to see. You're going to realize an untapped potential. There is a potential that it's actually going to come out of it only a couple of days later. Not only this burden, it's going to be you're going to deal with this very, very successfully, baby. But only 2 days later, there is some kind of project actually going to come out of it. Okay, there is some kind of like a potential going to come out of it. So of course that this is going to be so important. What a lovely, a gorgeous, a spiritual reward you're actually going to have here, you know. And that potential, look, my gorgeous Sagittarini, and that potential that you are going to have, my gorgeous Sagittarini, it's going to lead towards, look at this. Also, look, it's going to kind of really help you emotionally. It's going to help you like when it comes to your emotional balance. It's going to help you to reconnect with yourself and reconnect with the people. And it's going to help you to be more compassionate as well. So this is a lot to do with you reconnecting with the people. But also, look at this, new beginning. Believe me or not. And the heart, this is going to lead, look at this, towards the new beginning. And the harder and heavier this burden is, the better this new beginning and new start is actually going to be. Absolutely fantastic, but I'm not surprised whatsoever. The next important date is going to be on the 17th of June. On the 17th of June, this is brilliant. I like this so much. This news, this information, this message, it's going to change your life. This is going to mean to you so much. Like I don't even know what to say. So on the 17th of June, this news, this message, this information that you're going to have, it's literally going to change your life, and it's to do with something bad, something negative, something really horrible, like coming to an end, you know, like really, really bad, you know. So you've got a couple of karma spots, you know, that you've already dealt with, you know. On the 11th of June, it's like that burden, you know, that came to an end. This is brilliant. So there were two major problems, two major issues you had, my gorgeous Sagittarini, two major issues, and they were draining you like a big banana. They were like draining you so much. These two major problems, two major issues. So the first major problem was on the 11th of June, and on the 17th of June, it's another major problem. This is like horrible one, something really dark and nasty, that something very toxic, something really unhealthy, something really bad, something really negative, something really, oh my God, something really toxic in so many different ways, something that was preventing you from you being yourself, you know. So this is absolutely brilliant. So you see this very, this what's coming to an end has, look at this, come on man, what's coming to an end, you know, it's like to do with a very bad, unhealthy and negative and dark attachment. It's something, this was created here, very dark, negative and sad and scary attachment, you know, and this is something really bad, and you will know what this is, the devil little bastard here, look at this. So you will know what this is on the 17th of June, because that news and message, look, it's almost going to make you feel like, oh my God, I want to have a party, baby, don't forget to invite me. You can imagine me on the parties, you know what I mean? Yeah, so, but this is like, you see this, it's like a basically, yeah, there you go, you see, so it's like a fantastic news and a message you will want to celebrate, because this bastard here has come to an end. This really bad, dark and negative attachment, is going to come to an end. You will know this, you will be fully aware of this. So this is the moment when you are going to start reaching towards your own enlightenment indeed, and that it's so you're coming out of some kind of like a dark bondage here, and that in itself, it's gonna lead towards you like a really having this absolutely mind-blowing vision after this moment in time. This is gonna just set you free. You will see how much this was affecting you, you know, and this is going to be followed by you having this mind-blowing vision, you know, this vision that you are going to have. It's like so much like kind of like this vision that you're going to have. It's also going to be the moment in time when it comes to you regaining your control, and that in itself is bringing these wonderful choices into your life. And at the same time, you will know this vision, you know, that it's like it's to do with a long-term view, it's to do with the hard work, and it's also to do with like you know, so much that is actually that you will know that you need to kind of do in terms of responsibilities. But you're gonna absolutely love this indeed, you know. And also, my gorgeous Sagittarini, when it comes to the actual 19th of June, now the 19th of June, you know, there is like, oh my God, I'm not going to lie to you, but on the 19th of June, there is going to be like a bit of a tower situation, a negative situation, which is, oh God, you know, going to throw you out of balance. Please don't hate me. It's actually going to be really good. Sometimes those towers are something that we actually need. It doesn't, you know, sometimes people tell me, someone told me once, oh, there is no tower, the tower is never good. No, I completely disagree, because sometimes towers basically represent a negative situation that happens to us in our lives, and sometimes we bring that negative situation, we do that ourselves with our subconscious mind, because we don't know how to deal with the specific aspects of our lives. When it comes to making a certain action, making a certain move, it can be so many reasons why we don't respond to it the way we should, and then sometimes we just create a certain points of negativity through our subconscious mind. I'm not saying that everything bad or negative in your life that happened to you, you created with your own mind. Please don't say this. I don't mean this. I'm just saying that sometimes, you know, the specific things we invite to happen with the power of our own mind, because we can't find any other way out. And then subconsciously, we are very, very powerful spiritual beings. We can do this. So it's like one of those things that you have possibly possibly like invited with your own mind because you didn't know how to kind of like come to an end with this, for example. So there is going to be the Tower, the situation which is going to surprise you, which is kind of going to throw you out of balance a little bit. There are few people that are going to show their real faces, which is really going to surprise you, but it's better to know than not to know. But at the same time, you are going to, or initially, straight away, when you become aware of what's going to happen, is straight away you're going to feel like, oh no, a little bit heartbroken. But then almost immediately you will understand, oh my God, this is brilliant. It's going to take you a day or two, it's going to take you a day or two, it's going to take you a day or two, and then you're going to realize, you're going to have this realization, oh my God, if this Tower didn't happen, I wouldn't be able to do this in my future. There is something new, something amazing that you're going to be able to do for yourself in your future that you weren't able to do before, and now you're going to realize, oh my God, this was actually working in my favor. And that Tower, that rather important Tower in your life, it's also going to be primarily responsible when it comes to someone very special walking into your life, somebody very special in general. This is gonna really help you to reconnect with the people in your life again, but there is someone very special who is actually going to come into your life, you know, because you will see that there is a certain option and choice that you're gonna naturally have, organically have, and that new choice, it's also gonna bring somebody really beautiful into your life as well. Okay, so you will see how everything is connected. Another thing, my gorgeous Sagittarini, I was going to recommend you, look at this baby here, absolutely stunning. Like, isn't this probably one of the most beautiful pendants like ever? Absolutely gorgeous, striking, stunning labradorite. It's fantastic because it brings the best out in you. What's special about you, what's unique about you, it brings it out even more, even further, and therefore it helps you to connect and reconnect with the like-minded people and like-minded situations as well. And if you don't know what's so special about you, because everybody has got something special about them, every single person, but lots of people would say to me, well, there's nothing special about me. I completely disagree. Yes, there is. But if you don't read, happens that you don't know what's special or what's so unique or what's so different about you. By wearing labradorite, you also find out what's so special about you, because it enhances what's special about you. Do you understand me? Because it enhances it. So if you don't know what's special about you, what's unique about you, which is your strength, it's your power, you should know this. That's why you should know this. But if you don't know, then when you wear labradorite, you know, you do find out what's special about you, because lots of people come to you and they tell you, oh, this is amazing, this is beautiful, this is amazing. And you will see that everybody's talking about exactly the same things. So you also kind of find out what's so special and unique about you when you wear this. It's a mind-blowing in so many different ways. And it's important for transformation. It stimulates imagination. And that's so important when it comes to manifesting things, and it will of course strengthen your will as well. This gorgeous pendant comes with sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. And also, if you would like to buy it for someone else, you know, just get it for them. You know, if you feel like somebody could do with this in your life, just buy them, you know. And also now the next important date, my gorgeous Sagittarini, now the next important date, it's actually going to be on the 27th of June. On the 27th of June, actually, do you know what? You are going to, this is the thing now. You, on the 27th of June, you will know exactly here, what do you need to do? What do you need to do in order to make your financial situation so much better? In order, you will know what to do in order to kind of like, you know, you will know what to do in order to make your financial situation, but you will also know what to do for the actual long-term success. There is something that you're going to need to do, and this in itself is going to become obvious on the 27th of June. Something is going to be required from you to do, but this is to do with some kind of contribution. This contribution is so important, and this contribution is also going to be connected to you doing this for the long-term success. success. And this in it, as soon as you do this, you know, you are gonna find this really, really rewarding. But that in itself, it's going to bring the best out in you when you're gonna realize, like, oh my God, how much you want to move on with your life, how much you want to change your life, you know. And this is all gonna kind of like trigger you even more, and it's gonna remind you how much you want to change your life, and how much you want to move on from certain things. And this is gonna be enhanced, you know, because you are gonna be thinking about it quite a lot. And then at the same time, in between the 27th of June and the end of that month, you are gonna find out something very unusual. You are gonna find out something really interesting. You are gonna become fully aware of something that you didn't know before, not about yourself, but it's like you are gonna come across something very interesting, and you are gonna feel very strong connection towards something in between the 27th of June and the end of that month. Something is really going to inspire you, you know, something is really going to inspire you in between the 27th of June and the end of that month. Something is going to inspire you so much, and you are going to kind of really need to, you will really feel like you want to kind of like, you know, you want to kind of learn more about this, you want to find out more about this, you want to explore more. And this is going to be really interesting because, you know, you didn't come across this before, and you haven't had something like this kind of inspiring you to the point where you're not going to be able to stop thinking about it whatsoever. So this is yet again strongly connected to your spiritual journey, strongly connected to your life purpose, but also at the same time the fact that this is all happening completely unexpectedly. It's going to be even more interesting. Please pay attention to the synchronicities at around this time, because all these synchronicities are going to explode, and they're all going to be guiding you. Like, the synchronicities are going to be as powerful like never before. And it's the synchronicities in between the 27th of June and the end of that month. It's going to be guiding you towards you needing to learn something and exploring something as soon as you possibly can. It's just so important for you, my gorgeous Sagittarini, indeed. So now I'm just going to see what is going to happen to those of you who are in relationships. You know that you're going to be dealing with some kind of issue, some kind of problem. Something is going to happen at around the 6th of June. Something is going to happen at around the 6th of June. And then you are both going to feel a little bit uncertain. You're all going to feel a little bit uncertain, because that is going to lead towards some kind of misunderstanding in between you two. And then, you know, so this misunderstanding that you're going to have, because you're going to feel uncertain, it's nothing because it's like personal in between you two. It's only because what you're going to come across is really going to kind of make you worried. It's going to be like a little problem that is going to make you feel uncertain, especially when it comes to something that you have both been working on for so long, and something that you both, something that means both to both of you so much. And then, you know, at around the 18th of June, you know, you're both going to have an important conversation, and you are going to be reminded of like a memories from a long time ago. And then you're going to realize, you know, you're going to be able to kind of you're going to remind yourself of happy times, of simple times, and there you're going to realize what do you need to do. You're going to somehow realize, you know, through reflections on the past, because the reflections on the past are going to bring you an insight, you know, when it comes to this uncertain outlook, when it comes to this misunderstanding, and when it comes to you knowing exactly what do you need to do. This is ever so important, because by the time you get to the very last few days of June, you're both going to have this opportunity which is really going to surprise you, and that opportunity is yet again going to give you a clear possibility and ability to speed something up so much. Something like, oh my God, this is going to surprise you, the speed of something, how quickly you are going to be able to move on after this point in time. But it's to do with something that you've been working on for absolute ages. So this is why this is going to be so important for you, to you indeed. And for those of you who are basically single and ready to mingle, my gorgeous Sagittarius, you know what? You're like going to really kind of realize you're going to find yourself being really indecisive. But this is to do with things personal. This is to do at around the 17th of June, especially at around the 17th of June. You're going to find yourself being so indecisive, and almost as if you're going to be thinking like how you want to go somewhere and how you want to do something. And then you suddenly you are going to realize how you ignored some kind of opportunity for so long. And then you're going to realize how you ignore this specific opportunity. And that specific opportunity, it's like basically this, you will realize what this is. So first of all, you're going to find yourself being indecisive. You're going to be thinking about going somewhere or doing something. And then, and this is to do with love, this is to do with emotions, it's to do with you having fun, it's to do with you socializing, and it's to do with like things on a personal level. You see what I mean? I hope this is not too confusing. And then you're going to realize some kind of opportunity that you ignored for way too long, and that's the opportunity that you will go for. And that's the opportunity that very much so on the 21st and the 22nd of June you're already gonna kind of find yourself at that place. For example, you're gonna find yourself somewhere where, you know, and that is connected to that ignored opportunity. So already, you know, it's gonna happen so quickly. And then I can see that you are really going to feel that something is changing, something is happening, and somehow you're gonna feel like you're already like kind of like somehow you're gonna feel like already somebody is about to walk into your life. You're gonna go into this specific, deep and intuitive psychic mode where you will know that where you're gonna go and what you're gonna do. It's also gonna be the time where someone is going to walk into your life through that particular spiritual channel, and you're going to be absolutely right, because your eyes are open purely because of this very specific vibration you are having around you, which makes you feel things and sense things on a completely different level. You are actually, by the end of this month, it's not about you meeting the love of your life, but it's more about you having so much fun. This is the bottom line. You are going to have so much fun, and that this fun that you are going to have in June, it's going to happen only because you decided to not ignore that opportunity. So in the month of June, you are going to have absolutely ridiculous amount of fun, and you're going to gain so much confidence. Not that you need it, but there are a few bits and pieces that are going to happen to you that are really going to make you aware of how amazing and how perfect and how significant you are. This stage is so important when it comes to your personal spiritual development. My gorgeous Sagittarius, this is going to be crazy to understand, but something is going to happen which is going to prepare you for somebody. There are some kind of experiences, and the experience that you are going to have, one big huge experience, it's really going to prepare you for someone really, really special who's not going to come into your life in June, but July and August are going to be like, oh my God. But you need to go through this. I know it sounds complex, but you will see exactly what I mean. Okay, my gorgeous Sagittarius, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.